5 months ago, the New South Wales gaming regulator said Crown could expect to open its Sydney casino in late October or much earlier. As mid-November approaches, the doors remain closed. Our business editor Ross Greenwood joins me for more. And Ross, what exactly has happened here?
Yeah, well, you don't know. Something has happened clearly, and the Independent Liquor and Gaming Authority in New South Wales is delaying its original decision to allow Crown to open its doors at its Sydney casino. Of course, they've never been open, and it's clearly an extended situation. You wonder now, given the results and even the government announcement has come post the Royal Commission in Victoria into Crown's operations there. There's also the WA Royal Commission that's taken place into the Perth casino. Now, that also has had an extension until next March. It was originally due to report on the 14th of November, and whether indeed the New South Wales regulator is waiting to see more evidence come out of the West Australian Royal Commission before it actually allows Crown to commence its gaming operations. I just wonder whether that might be the case. But if we go back to May this year, this is what the head of the Independent Liquor and Gaming Authority in New South Wales had to say at that time.
The opening of the gaming rooms will happen well in advance of the end of October.
Yeah, so that's Philip Crawford there, Tom. So that gives you a pretty clear indication as to what's been said. So we've been in touch with the regulator themselves to find out what's going on here. And they've given us a statement, and effectively a couple of things have come up here. One, they've said the Independent Liquor and Gaming Authority's position on Crown Sydney's gaming operations has not changed, with the authority still monitoring and assessing Crown's responses to the issues arising from the Bergen report. This was the big inquiry there. The issues are complex, and Crown is required to undertake a significant change to satisfy the authority that it's on a pathway to become suitable to hold a gaming licence. The only thing you can imagine here, perhaps, is that there's been a big change in personnel at Crown. And again, this is all part of the response to Royal Commissions and these inquiries. But what's quite clear now is that New South Wales, the regulator there, is not satisfied at this point, at least anyway, that they're confident enough to allow those doors to be reopened.
All right, well, that's volatile. This may be even more volatile, Ross. Shares in Tesla collapsing 12% overnight. They did reach a valuation of $1 trillion US. Has it got anything to do with Elon Musk going on Twitter and this poll to see if he should sell his shares? This was all about equality and paying tax, right?
Right, it's all about that, and there's also some suggestions that he might have a few bills and tax bills even that he might have to pay himself. And of course it's got everything to do with Elon Musk. Everything with Tesla has everything to do with that man there, Elon Musk. The richest man in the world. His stake in Tesla is worth about $300 billion or so. And so he put out those very famous tweets just over the weekend asking his followers as to whether he should sell his 10% stake in Tesla as a result of the share price being so high. Well, he got an overwhelming yes to that. In the end of it, 57% of people came back and said, yep, sell your shares. Well, the interesting thing about this is there's not yet any news as to whether he's going to, but the Tesla shares last night, you can see here down 12%, $139. The valuation's still around about $1 trillion or so don't get me wrong. Tesla is still worth more than what Ford, General Motors and Toyota combined are worth, according to the stock market. So kind of an interesting situation just to watch it. Of course, he's made a lot of money out of Bitcoin over the last little period of time as well.
$1 billion, which is pretty handy, I guess, although if you see the tear that Bitcoin's gone on, for anyone that's sold out of it in the past few years, you'd be gnashing your teeth. Another tech giant, though, Apple, today saying it won't.
So Tim Cook is the chief executive of Apple, and he says that he's actually got some cryptocurrency holdings himself. But he was actually asked in a New York Times forum exactly what he felt about other, sort of, if you like, big tech giants. And then a good one is Square, which is run by the boss of Twitter. They've made more money out of cryptocurrency in the past year than what they have out of actually doing their normal business. And of course, they're taking over Afterpay at the moment. So here's what Tim Cook said that he thinks about Apple holding cryptocurrency at this stage.
It's something that we're looking at. It's not something we have immediate plans to do. I would sort of characterize it as there are things that I wouldn't do, like our cash balance. I wouldn't go invest that in crypto, not because I wouldn't invest my own money in crypto, but because I don't think people buy an Apple stock to get exposure to crypto.
Remember that Apple is going to be one of the big players in payments in the future. Its Apple Pay feature, of course, now being pretty much a global phenomenon. And these big tech giants really ultimately know that the biggest money of all is going to be being payment solutions for their customers around the world.
Ross, thank you. Yeah, if you can predict where any sort of crypto is going, well, you'll be very wealthy in about 10 years, but you might not be if you go on the wrong side of the ledger. Ross Greenwood with the latest in the business world there.